What's going on, guys? I'm Money back here again with your weekly Rust Skins videos, and today we have a very interesting looking week. So it is filled with a lot of expensive crap, but some of the skins look pretty nice. Like we got the Berserker MP5, Black Gold Revolver, Dragon Rage AR, all above standard store price for just default skins, but they all do look quite nice. Let's get started with the clothing and armor. We'll look at the copper road sign gloves. Now this is going to be short and sweet, $1.35. I do think that you can make money off of this. I do think this is going to be now early signs of the set continuing. Even though, of course, we do already have the police hoodie, I still do think there is a chance for a police hoodie and pants, or at least the pants, to come out. If the hoodie comes out, then of course that's going to not be very good for the police hoodie on the community market, because I'm sure that they would look relatively similar. Overall, though, I do think the copper road sign gloves will most likely get bought a decent amount. Currently, they're at the bottom of the top sellers, but I do think that there would be a high quantity for road sign gloves. Keep in mind, you've got the road sign gloves and tack gloves, and the tack gloves are better in-game. So just keep that in mind as well, although I do think they will make you money at $1.35. I will recommend investing in them as a medium to long-term investment. Moving over to the delivery satchel, going for $1.35. Overall, we've had a lot of satchel skins come out, some free, and overall, I think this looks very similar to the cardboard satchel or whatever it's called. I honestly forgot, but delivery satchel $1.35. I don't think it's going to make you any money really. Satchels are crap in game, and they're not very good investments either. I thought we had a similar looking one on the community market, but it appears that it hasn't even been accepted. Overall, though, I do think this is not going to be making you any money. We do have, all satchels above this price of $1.35, but honestly, I just don't think satchels really have a very high demand, and so I don't think that these are really going to make you money. You could pick up a couple. But I do think that throughout like the first week or two, you could probably get these for a little bit cheaper on the community market to buy order. So that is what I would recommend to do. As long-term investment, they probably will actually make you money. But overall, I don't think they're going to make you a massive amount. So I do think that for most people, it's not going to be really worth your time. Overall, though, if you have a smaller wallet and you are happy to wait, I would recommend investing in the delivery satchels. If you're looking for big profits, then honestly, I wouldn't really bother. Alright, moving over to the comics jackhammer, going for $2.75. The fifth jackhammer that looks at the community market. So we have the Love Injector, which was the Valentine's Day one, going for $2.02. The Doodle Hammer going for $2.91. Then we have the Azul jackhammer going for $4.08, and the Ghost Catcher jackhammer going for $4.27. That is the obviously the most expensive, and it also is the only glowing one. So I am surprised that it actually is up that high, but to keep in mind, you do have to remember that the Ghost Catcher has 34 quantity, Doodle Jackhammer has 80, Azul Jackhammer has 39. That's why they're above center store price, whereas the Love Injector has 140 and is still below that $2.75. It's $2.02, as I said. So overall, I do think the comics jackhammer is most likely going to sell by quite a bit on the community on the rest of the store, but it is full white. And as someone in my Discord has said, of course, people do mainly like to snow farm. And so I do think that that will make this one a little bit more pay to win. Of course, it is situational. But I do think that some people would prefer to buy the comics jackhammer over the other ones in the community market later, just because it is full white. So it's going to blend in a little bit better with the snow. So overall, I will recommend investing in this one as a long-term investment. Again, I do think you could probably get it for a little bit cheaper with the community market buy order, but buying this one off of the Rustlin store, I do think you can still make money. So overall, I will recommend investing in the comics jackhammer off of the Rustlin store for this week. Alright, moving over to the Black Gold Revolver continuation of the Black Gold set that has been very popular and quite a successful seller. Unfortunately, it's going for $5.50. Now, we have had a pretty damn good run with the Revy skins. I'm pretty sure there's only like one below Rustlin store's price, but this one is obviously going for $5.50, so it's going to make it a lot harder to be investing in it off of the Rustlin store with this higher initial price. Overall, though, we do only have two other gold or gold-ish revolvers, that being the Outlaw Revolver going for $16.50 and the Phantom Revolver going for $37. Now, of course, neither of them have a very high quantity. whereas the black gold revolver will obviously have quite a higher quantity. So I do think the black gold revolver will sit around that $5.50 range for quite a while. So overall, I'm going to recommend investing in the black gold revolver off of the community market, as I do think it will end up being a profitable investment as a long-term investment. But I would recommend trying to get it for cheaper than the $5.50. And I do think you'll be able to do that with a buy order on the community market. So overall, not going to recommend investing in the black gold revolver off the Rust Item store, but I will recommend investing in the black gold revolver off of the community market with the buy order as a long-term investment. Right, moving over to the Noir Python, going for $2.75 now. I honestly think this is I'm only really just looking at it now. It's actually kind of interesting. I was going to hate on it. I think it's okay. I don't really think it's a standout skin. It actually looks a little bit cooler the more I look at it. There's no picture of the ADS, but I'm sure it's either going to be black or black and white. And honestly, I don't think either of them are very good combos because, for example, if you're fighting in bloody the snow, then you're going to have a white background. So overall, the Noir Python skins also don't have a very high demand. Pythons are pretty much skipped over these days in Rust, and you don't really ever really use them or go up against them that often. So the demand for skins for Pythons isn't very high. Of course, if the weapons, once they change, if the Python gets buffed from that change, that's a whole other story. But overall, for the Noir Python, I'm not going to recommend investing in it off the Rust Item store. I do think it will go below the Rust Item store's price. So overall, not going to recommend investing in this Python skin for this week. Alrighty, moving over to the Dragon Rage AR. Now, this is the first Dragon Rage weapon that we've had on the Rust Item store now, and this is going for $4.80. So if this does continue down the line with more weapons, then I do think this is going to perform quite well, especially long term, and will most likely spike around Christmas time. I think there's going to be a high demand for them, and I don't usually recommend investing in AKs, but I do actually think this is a standout AK. It's quite a clean looking AK. Everyone loves that fresh black, clean look. And then of course the gold on top of it does make it look absolutely fat. Not only that, it also has a red ADS and that looks really nice as well. So $4.80 at the start of the weapons of the set. Overall, I will recommend investing in it. It's $4.80 above center store price, but I do still think as a long-term investment, you can make money off of it. And I would imagine it's going to be sitting probably above $6 around Christmas time. So overall, we'll recommend investing in the Dragon Rage AR off of the Rust Item store for this week. Alrighty, moving over to the Berserker MP5 going for $4.15. So we just had the Berserker AK on the community market. Now, if you bought this yesterday, of course, this video is a day late because I am late. If you bought it yesterday and sold it, to be very clear, and sold it early yesterday, so as in when the Rust Item store came out and you sold it early, most Australians won't get to do that because you'll be asleep. Then you would have made money, but only for that really short period of time. It's of course dropped down and everyone's undercut each other, and now it's $3.57. I do think this is going to be the exact same case with the Berserker MP5, and then later on the Berserker stuff will go up. So I would recommend getting this one off of the community market with a buy order if you haven't bought it already, and then going from there, as I do think the Berserker MP5 will perform all right in the first couple of hours, and then after that it's going to just go downhill for the rest of the day, and then it's going to be below that $4.15 mark. So overall, I'll not recommend investing in the Berserker MP5 off the Rust Item store, and I don't think that you are going to make money off of it if you do. Alright, moving over to the final skin of the week. By the looks of it, we've got the Graffiti Sulfur Storage, and honestly I think this is going to be a new big set. So this is going to be the Graffiti set. I do think it's very likely for this set to continue. It is a glowing deployable, which is why it's $3.45. So that is the standard store price for glowing deployables. And I actually think, honestly, I don't actually really like it, to be completely honest. I wish the edge of the actual box was a different color and not yellow, because the sulfur graffiti itself just doesn't seem to pop because of it. That's just my opinion. Overall, I actually like everything else. I like the graffiti, I like the lights, I think everything looks pretty clean. I just don't like the fact that the edge is yellow, but that's just personal opinions. $3.45, Graffiti Sulfur Storage. I do think it will make you money. I do think the set will continue, and I do think that this is going to be another one of those big things like the Neon Storage or the whatever that bloody other scientific storage, thank you myself, I do think that one will make you money, and I do think the Graffiti sulfur storage box is going to be a good investment for this week. So overall, I will recommend investing in it. And now we'll move over to the cart. Alright gang, so this is my cart for this week. I'm not getting the MP5 because honestly I just don't really like this ADS. I think it looks pretty hideous. And the MP5 just really isn't my kind of style, that skin, which is also why I didn't buy the AK. So it's going to cost me $44.70 for this week. I bought at least one of everything except for the MP5, 8 of the Graffiti storage, and 2 of the copper road sign gloves. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and remember, have a schizo on.
Why? 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 Why?